Welcome, Divine. Welcome. Welcome to Golden Mission 144. This is a portal for Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine as they transition into their light worker roles. You will also find that I have another channel that you will notice down in the comments or also the description. That channel has videos posted on it now, and it will become increasingly live. That channel is all about the ascension lift of the light worker, because you got to know how to function here. You got to know what you're doing, and you got to know that what you're seeing and what you're recognizing is what you're seeing and what you're recognizing. One, because we are the minority here. But it doesn't mean we're not the most powerful. You are recognizing that day by day in the interactions with people. One of the videos that are out right now on the new channel is Truth Comes to Light. So you're noticing that you are seeing the truth of situations, people, and things. You're also seeing the truth within your life right now. The Lion's Gate has brought in an energy that many of you are right now trying to figure out how to ground it. The reason why I know is because this spread that I just pulled. Not only that, the Lion's Gate energy has shifted things and caused many plot twists. That is purposeful in this universe that we have. Why? Because you have to be the supreme being that you are. Because you are here, you're here for a mission to be you. A mission to be you and light on this planet. Why? Because the brighter and lighter you get, the more you notice in the darkness that is around you. It's not new. It's not new. Okay? And there are roles that we have in it all. Natural roles. Natural roles. So make sure you check out the new channel, because you don't want to do more than you have to do. Because being you ultimately, but you do have to know, what does it mean to be you? What is the function of a light worker on this planet? If you do not know these things, if you do not know where it fits in, then there's going to be a little bit of a struggle here. In the meantime, the Twinflame journey is one of the greatest portals for light workers. Also, the most interesting, I think, when it comes to the ascension path. It's the best one I've seen. And I work in many domains of ascension. You will also notice that there is a course down below that has everything that you will come across on this journey. It is mixed. It has writings, it has audios, it has videos, it has YouTube linkings. It has, one, the YouTube linking so you can see the support of others, but two, it provides you what you need to understand and get to a place of balance, harmony, and alignment to do what you're here to do, which is the point of this entire thing. Okay? In the meantime, we have the Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine, who also get a beautiful grand promise reward here. You get to have abundance. You get to have a beautiful loving relationship that a lot of people don't get to have in a high vibing area. What is the high vibing area of the light worker? It is love. Why is it love? Because God is love. Why do we say God is love? Because God is who we identify as the divine. Why do we say the divine? We say the divine of all, which is the entire universe. You are divine feminine and divine masculine because you embody it. You allow it to go inside of your vessel and you stand in it on this planet. Why? For others who cannot access. Until they can access. But you are not for leeches. You are not for people to stay and hone in on your light without finding their own source. And that's what many of you guys have discovered throughout this journey. And it brings us to where we are now. So definitely, and if you cannot get the full course down below to support yourself, if you are in any type of pain or healing or not understanding what the ham sandwich just happened in your life, then there is also, I kept separate, the introduction to pain transmutation, because light workers transmute darkness. What is that? We transmute pain. Why do we transmute pain? We transmute pain because you've lived a life of initial pain and you learned how to do it early on. Some of us as early as childhood. Why? Because we have a world who is now having to transmute it and they don't know how. And guess who's going to tell them? You. How are you going to tell them? You tell them by showing. How are you going to show? By being you. All right, we are starting out with the divine feminine in the mental space. We don't often get this card, okay? And to begin with, this card is really, okay, this is different. So this is, you see that tree and you see it rooted? That's ultimately what is desired. That is that unwavering, deeply rooted, grounded. Well, this starts out interesting enough. This is that healthy relationship, growing attraction, rooted love. So why would the divine feminine energy start out with that in the mental space? This is what you're thinking about. This is what you're thinking about. This is where we began. So that's not a bad thought. That's not a bad spacing for the divine feminine energy to be in. I like it. Healthy relationship, rooted love, growing attraction. Isn't that what the divine feminine and divine masculine are here to put out there? Meaning that this doesn't have to be a in and out. We can grow together. We can love together. We can ascend. We can ascend. So that is interesting, that showing up in the mental space for the divine feminine. But what comes next to that is, you see that broom? So it's like, okay, what's going on with this broom? And this broom is that brush off. So why would we go from that space to the broom, which is giving the brush off? Now, then we come in a mental space with the fox. And we know that is love's deception, honey. That is deception. Then we come in a mental space, which is our standout. And this is our standout fish in the school of them all. And what is this? This is that compatibility. This is compatibility. So when we start looking at this as what the divine feminine is actually having going on in the mental space, is that you guys are really seeing the truth of your relationships. And what I'm getting is that you're understanding things on a deeper level. So you're starting out with an understanding now of what is healthy for me, what is growing for me, what is that rooted love. You get that? But you're also in a place of the mental space of that brush off is love's deception. So you're like, that's not even it. That's not even it. And then when we come here and see, this is that matchmaking compatibility. So it's almost like mentally you're struggling with the deceptions that you guys have had about love and relationship. But you have an awareness of love and relationship. So it's almost like all of this stuff that had been swept up under, And like that you guys have, like, I'm getting mental. It's like I have brushed off love's deceptions, almost like you have desired these connections with people. And this isn't just intimate love. You desire these connections with people to the point that you actually brushed off love's deceptions. And you brushing off love's deceptions, I'm also getting that some people brushed you off too, because you were brushing off and then they were brushing you off. But the point is that the reasoning that you did all of this is so you could have this healthy, rooted, growing love. But you recognize that you can't get there from there. You can't get there from brushing off the deceptions of love. That you have to be aware of that in order for it to be a matchmaking compatibility. This is pretty heavy in the mind state of the divine feminine. So we have the situation here, and I want to go straight into the situation, because it's like, if you thinking all of this, what is going on with you within situational space? And we come in with the Knight of Pentacles, but we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse is that idleness. It's that unknown space. So now I know why you're heavy in your mental, trying to figure out kind of like how you've been looking and deceiving about love and relationships, and what is a compatible match for you, and what is that healthy growing love. So you're in that idle unknown space, and being in that idle unknown space is letting me know that something is going on in your life that you thought you had clarity about. You thought you had it in the bag. You thought that this thing was going exactly the way that you had I'm getting manifested it to be, but you're not understanding why your manifestations shift. And it's like your manifestations are shifting because of the deception. The deception that was brushed off is what I'm getting, that you're recognizing in the mental space. And it's like a manifestation's power is your belief system. But if you're manifesting off of a belief that you do not believe, then how are you going to bring in a manifestation? It don't work like that. You'll find out more about that over on your light worker channel. You'll learn how to kind of function. So this system isn't we don't function in this way based off of the physical 3D world constructs. We function off of the universal law systems, off of cause and effect. You know, yes, the law of attraction is in place, but if you don't understand that is only one in the many of universal laws that all play a part in that one manifestation that you are bringing in, then you kind of get lost in the sauce. You got to know the deceptions within you in order to understand why your manifestation isn't popping off. It's almost, I'm trying to manifest something I do not even believe. I'm trying to manifest something I do not even believe. And what I'm getting strongly about that is that even when you put a person in front of you, whether or not this is a male or a female or a close relationship that you have, masculine or feminines, in your life, doesn't matter the bodysuit, we're all divine feminine and divine masculine within. What I'm getting is that they'll be in front of you and you have a strong belief anti a portion of them, but you want to manifest them. And it's like, that don't work. That don't work. Your belief says that because of this, then they won't with you. Because of this, they will brush off. Or because of this, you'll brush off. Because you don't align with that and according to that person. But then there's a strong manifestation for that person to be a part of your life. But you're missing the underlying deception. That you have a strong belief system that is anti the person that you are wanting to manifest to be a part of your life in any way. So that is coming out strongly there. Then we have in reverse that comes out, which is the Eight of Wands. And this right here is that internal dispute. Look, I think I just explained the internal dispute, so I don't even really have to go into this card. This is a follow-up. So we actually pinpointed it prior. So this is the internal dispute. But it's also the arrows of jealousy. So we want to note that because we want to see where that's coming in. We come in next with the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is the lover. So that is why we know that we're talking about relation. This is a relation reading with the Divine Feminine. All right, there's our music, so we know we hit it. This is relational with the Divine Feminine, and we're trying to really go in and figure out about this internal dispute that the Divine Feminine is having, but also this amazing mental awareness that the Divine Feminine is having at the same time, which is beautiful spacing, okay? Beautiful spacing that you're in. But then you guys, we know this card because this is almost like our promise, our transfer. And you know that we had in our last Divine Feminine readings, check those out. You really want to check out the readings that popped off in July, the readings that are popping off in the beginning of August, because we are in all of that energy, and coming into the full moon, everything is doing this. It is all coming as a cultivation together in a big light ball, so you can really look through that big old light ball. We can representation of the moon, we can look at it, but this is what you see through. When you look at a crystal ball, what do you believe the representation of that is? So now we have the real thing, not physical, but the real thing that is above the sky. And guess what it's showing you? It's showing you the culmination of everything that we had come out in the readings within the past month. So, hey, check out those readings as well. It's very important so you can know exactly what is all coming together right now. So, this one comes out, which is very important because in the reverse, this is that illusional space. So it's like the lover in illusional space. So it's okay. So there, the arrows of jealousy, internal dispute. We come up here with the lover's illusion, and then look at this. Okay, this is disappointment and despair, and it's like, DF, wait a minute. Why are we in this bed, hands and face? I mean, swords above in tears. So this is a heavy awareness, and we know that the swords card is that mental space, that is that mental space. So that ties us back into our mental space. So it's actually putting the Divine Feminine into a space of despair to have all of this recognition. And the recognition that I'm getting is that you are seeing, because we're in a time of seeing. You're aware of your light worker ability. We have our big old ball in the sky that is coming in fully tomorrow, being the full moon, that is highlighting your ability to see. You are intuitive beings walking the earth. You have a purpose to see what you see and why you see it. It comes natural, and it's a lot easier than you've ever believed. You are now fully seeing and feeling. This is going straight intimate. That the lovers that you have been aligned to, the illusions that they have had about who is who. The illusions that they've had about who is who. You see that? The Divine Feminine, it's like who is who and who do they give their energy to, who they don't give their energy to. The Divine Feminine is in despair about the world state, okay? And you're in despair because you have lived in close relationship with those to understand the state of the world. I'm sorry, darlings, but the Twin Flame journey is an educational space for your platform in which you will instruct the world on what's going down internally with your DM and internally with yourself. And you're starting to recognize the illusions heavy of those that you aligned yourself with, and why things haven't moved into that healthy relationship, that growing relationship. And it's causing despair because you're seeing the darkness. You're seeing the reality of the state of the world and why you are a light worker. Okay? And it's okay to be in that space. Again, I mentioned in the other readings that you might find yourself in a tearful space sometimes. That's okay to purge. Hey, you're purging for the entire earth and yourself. It's okay to purge because what you're feeling, what you're seeing, and what you're experiencing ain't no joke. It's real life. You're coming in this thing trying to love and give healthy love and rooted love and growing love to people who were not in the space to give that back, who were not in the space to receive it, because they were stuck in that illusional space. And in that illusional space, they were not able to give you that reciprocal love or even sometimes see you as who you are. You're starting to recognize that now on a big scale, and it's causing despair through realities and truths. You remember I told you that truth comes to light? Check it out. Many of you, and I've seen it in the comments, you are recognizing who you are on this planet. And it causes some despair sometimes, because you understand the standout in that mental space. You see, this is that standout from the packed fish, but it's also that matchmaking compatibility. And you're understanding that having and experiencing, what I'm getting is lying to yourself won't lead you to that matchmaking compatibility. And you're recognizing that you cannot be in that deceptive space to get what it is that you desire, and it's leading you to despair. And it's okay to purge in that space. I'm sending so much love to all of you right now, okay? Because this is a necessary space, and this is an important space for the divine feminine energy on this planet right now. It's very important. Let's go to the emotional space and actually see what is going on there. I trust I am always safe and protected. See, that's that rooted. So what I'm getting is that you haven't left your rooted ability. I'm so elated that you start out in that space. It's like, even though I'm thinking this, and even though this is going on in my situation right now, I'm getting that you jokers are really rooted in who you are at this point. That's why I know it's pop off time, for the light workers of this world, for this collective. You're rooted, and you know that you're always safe and protected. What I'm getting is that you know who you are. You know who you are. You're just going through the process of why you haven't received what you desired most. Why you are in possibly those alone states. Why the people that you love the most and admire the most and desire the most to be around you aren't able to be in that space because of their illusional frames that they are in. You're seeing that. You're seeing that. And you're not taking it personal to you anymore. It's like, okay, I get it. It's not me. It's a deeper thing. And that deeper thing is taking you to the underlying workings of human beings that is giving you what is necessary to transmute the experiences that you are having and platform it. What that looks like is that you are instructing others to get out of the spaces that you and your DM have been in. Okay? I trust my ability to make a strategic decision. Those of you who are in the crossroads, which is that you are recognizing that the person that you have aligned yourself with, the people that you have aligned yourself with, where they are. You're seeing the truth of where they are, and you're making decisions. You're making decisions on whether or not they are in a compatible space for who you are. So it's the discovery of two things. When truth starts to come to light, again, check out the video on the other channel that's in the comments or in the description so you understand what's going on with you. It's no more running around here thinking you're crazy or you're off or being identified. You're not alone. There's plenty of us. We are fully aware. And not only are we aware, we are listed as the highly intelligent people on this planet. Not just in the spiritual realm. If you look at light workers, when you put light workers on paper, we've beasted the 3D realm many times over. But we're starting to recognize where that higher intelligence to beast the 3D world has come from. And now we're being cast to do what we were here to do from the beginning, which is to bring people to higher planes of spirituality and awareness of who they are. So you're in that place that you're trusting your ability, okay? Trust your ability to make the right decisions for you with the awareness of who you are and the full awareness of those around you. It's one thing when you don't know. See, the divine feminine energy is not in that illusional state. You're not there anymore. You're fully awake. You're fully lit. You see them. And when you see them and they see you, there becomes a greater responsibility. You're not the ignorant sleepwalking around. So that means when you start making decisions, you make decisions knowing the truth of this earth, the good and the bad. You see it all. It's an advantage, but sometimes it can lead to a little point of despair, which is why do they see, believe, act, and move in the way that they do, you know? And that's okay. I'm also getting for you an emotional space. I am proud of what I achieve and accept my rewards. So you know who you are, and you are accepting that you are different than those who are around you simply because of the life that you have lived, meaning that you have lived in trails of darkness. You have transmuted that into lighter spaces, meaning that the things that are happening to the people that are around you aren't hitting you and dropping you down. You know, you're not having the same emotional reactions of everybody else when things happen, when tragedies happen. It's not that you're a heartless being. You're not a heartless being. You are walking hearts. You have awareness. You have understanding. You have a knowing that you can't shift from anymore, to make you think that because something happens in this physical 3D world that it's the end of the world. You know better. I trust my ideas and my direction. You trust your guidance. You trust your guidance and knowing who you are. So that's the emotional spacing. And then we have right here with the druid that comes in that says hold space in the angels and ancestors cards that we've been pulling in within the readings. And like I mentioned before, that I would pull in the message from the card directly as these are new to us. The message is hold things together. Hold things together, divine feminine. Don't make any sudden moves or changes, because right now the light is coming to you in various ways. I just added that ad-lib. Let me get back because I'm channeling at the same time, it seems. Stand strong knowing you are where you are supposed to be. Okay? The druid, they have a deep connection with the earth, the sun, and the moon. They were the scholars who created the tree language, and they were known for their creative skills in storytelling, poetry, and craftsmanship. Now, that's you. That's you. You are that. When the druid card appears in a reading, you're being guided to dig deep within and hold your station. If you're wondering what to do next or have a sense of anxiety about what is unfolding in your life, it's time to shift your perceptions and move back to a state of trust. Don't change your plans or do anything drastic. Just trust in the process and let everything happen as it needs to before taking any more steps. Think of a tree. Is that not what came out in the mental space? It has strong roots, yet there's our music. It has strong roots, yet continues to grow and bear fruit. Your life will be a reflection of this. This is basically telling you you are aligned in where you need to be. Do not let your current feelings, understanding the state of yourself, the world, and the people around you, because you are a light worker, meaning that you see. And as this full moon comes in, everything is reflected to you. We don't have to create a crystal ball in the past that is your ball. That was just a physical illustration of what is your ball. When it comes in as a light worker, you see, you know, you feel, you are aware. And this is fully coming in for you. So when that happens, you can't help but see the reality of your situations and the reality of other people. You also are recognizing what it takes to have that healthy relationship, what it takes to have rooted love, what it takes to have growing attraction, which is ascended love. You're not blind. You know that. And in knowing that, it is also making you aware of what matchmaking compatibility is. You are on fire in your mental space. And in that mental space, it is causing a little bit of physical despair and maybe a little bit of anxiety in this unknownness. But like you received from the Druid, be here. This will bring you clarity and awareness. Allow this full moon to light it up for you. The golden mission. The golden mission is union. Union within self, then union with others. All right, let's check out and see what's going on with divine masculine energy. Yeah, I think we have some time to do that.